What's going on, Facebook? Man, just wanted to come and talk to y'all real quick. You know what? Today has been surreal. And I must say, it's Thursday, so you know me, it's Thankful Thursday. I just want to really take time to thank Jakarta, JB, Austin for reminding me of something that I thought that I was over, but I am over it. But it reminded me of how grateful I should be just to be alive, you know, to see the love that I received from you guys tonight is overwhelming, and I'm very grateful. And I just want to tell everybody that no matter what you've gone through, whatever you're going through, if you're still alive, that means that you're mighty strong. You know, the thing didn't kill you, it didn't destroy you. That was the plan of the devil, to have whatever came in your life to actually destroy you, be it molestation, be it drugs, be it abandonment, be it a miscarriage, be it a failed marriage, be it death, whatever it is. The devil, his intentions was to destroy you. But I want to tell you this, man, we are mighty strong. We're mighty strong. And the thing is, I wore it on my arm. You know what I'm saying, that I was molested, and everybody pretty much know that. But the thing is, what people don't realize is that people that have been molested, what they go through, you know, they go through different emotions. The devil will have you becoming suicidal. He'll have you to where you don't care. You just get into lasciviousness. You don't care about life anymore. But I thank God for Jesus, who died on the cross, that reminded me that he loved me even when all this was happening. And I used to ask God, why did you allow this to happen to me? But in a time such as this, God needs some people that's going to stand up and tell their testimony. There's too many people that are keeping their stuff hid. And God didn't free you for you. You know, God freed you so you can go and tell somebody else about his goodness and about his love. But yet we're sitting on it. And the thing is, I'm so sick of seeing people being broken. And people that are healed or claim to be healed, they ain't saying anything. You know, the Bible says, let the Redeemer of the Lord say so. If you don't say so, people will never know. So, you know, just sitting here thinking about being molested, it was a thing I had to walk around with, the shame of it all. The thing was, the one that offended me, they got celebrated, but I had to walk around with the shame of it. I had to walk around with like it was my fault. And the devil tried to make me think for many years it was my fault. That, you know, the reason why you was molested is because you were feminine and because you wasn't hard. And I realize now that that was a lie from the devil, just trying to make me think it was my fault. But it wasn't my fault. Just like a person that have a miscarriage, or a person that you know was born addicted to drugs, or whatever the case may be, it wasn't something they asked for, you know. But God allowed it. God allowed it because he knew, you know, God works from the end and then he works backwards. So God already knew our end. He told Jeremiah in Jeremiah 1:5, before you were placed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So at the end of the day, if God knows us, and he told Jeremiah in Jeremiah 29:11, that I know the thoughts and the plans I have for you, your thoughts of good and not of evil, and to give you a hope in the future and bring you to an expected end. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm mighty strong. You're mighty strong. I know the devil, he intended for you to kill yourself and to give up on life. But the fact that you're still breathing and you still have God's good air in you, take time out to deal with the pain. You know, like I said, being molested, I really could be one of those people walking around here, sleeping with all these women to prove my manhood. I could be around here doing God knows what to prove to myself that I'm over it. But what I'm learning to do is waiting on God. I know there's a woman out there for me. And one thing about a woman, one thing I love about a man is he can be honest. And if a man can be honest and transparent with her, I promise you to God, that woman will love him like none other. But see, the thing is, we're walked around with this spirit of lying, and we don't want to be honest. If you are a man and you've been touched by the wrong person, it's okay. If that woman really loves you, she'll understand. You know, woman, if you have been raped and been mishandled, talk to your man about it, because sometimes women, you won't open up to your man because the wrong man or wrong woman touched you at an early age, and so you don't want to trust. But that's not the will of God. That's what the devil wants us to do, to walk around here just doubting everybody. And I was one of those people that anytime people came in my life, I would always wonder what's your motive? Why you want to be in my life? Why you want to get to know me? But I'm starting to realize now that all of this was a part of God's plan. You know, I wore the label molested. I wore it. But see, what the devil didn't realize what was on the inside of the can. He didn't realize that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world was inside of me. So he just thought that I was going to walk around with the label all my life. And one thing about me, like I said in the picture, is that I don't mind rolling up my sleeve, letting people know what I've been through. Because the thing is, I got through it. I used to drink. Everybody know that spirit of molestation led me into sexuality, because that was my first experience. And so the devil made me think that, you know, I was in control for once. But at the end of the day, I realized that God is in control. I wasn't in control of any of it. Even though I thought I was, God was in control of it the whole time. You know, he didn't let me go too far left. You know, and it's difficult, you know, being a man and having to live out loud and say, well, you know what, this is what I went through, and to say I was molested by a man, and it hurts. Like I said, again, I had to walk around with the shame of it, you know, and I still have to walk around with the shame of it, because people don't take the time out to get to know me. What they do is they judge what they see and what they saw or what they know or what they knew. They don't really take out time to realize that I was damaged, you know. And just like a lot of you, you know, went through things, people don't want to really take time out to know you, because of all they see is what the residue, or all they see is the aftermath. But nobody want to take time to go back to the basis to find out what happened, what made you this way, what made you angry, what made you you know, where you don't trust people, what made you want to give up on life, what made you get on drugs. Because as I was telling my friend Tiffany today, I said, you know what, really and truly, a person that's been molested, they are a candidate for being on drugs, they're a candidate for being in jail, they're a candidate for being a murderer, they're a candidate for all things. But if you are able to walk through this thing with your head held high, and the thing is, JB, God knows you don't even understand like what you have stirred up inside of me, because when we was doing a video shoot on Sunday, I got to see other people being mighty strong. We had ex-drug dealers and people that had miscarriages and single parents, and we have people that didn't know their father, and people that want to commit suicide. And the fact that they're still alive today to even, man, you don't understand the gratitude that flows from my heart. But I will say to everybody, I'm not ashamed of where I've been, because I know where I'm going. I know that God has me in his plan. And like I said again, you know, if you are a person that's been molested, if you are a person that's contemplated suicide or contemplating suicide, if you're a person that have a drug addiction, find somebody you can trust and talk to them and get that thing out. Because a lot of times people act out because they want to be heard. And that's the thing that people don't really get. When I was acting out in my younger years, it wasn't that I was just wanting to act out and be mean or act out to be seen. I was wanting somebody to see my pain. But all they saw was my attitude. Nobody ever saw the pain. And the thing is, y'all spiritual people, or claim to be spiritual, you got to start looking at people with a spiritual eye. Because everything ain't the way it seems. You got people that's walking around here smiling, and they're going home and they're killing themselves, or they're going home and they're drinking themselves silly, and they're going home and they're smoking weed and trying to avoid the pain. But the thing is, until they address the pain, and I had to be honest and say, God, this hurt. You know, what boy at 10 years old, you know, wants to go through the whole thing of the humiliation of knowing that you have been touched by the wrong man? But I thank God that I've been touched by a man, and he has touched me, and he's touching me daily with his love and showing me that he loved me. And the thing is, women, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it will feel good to have some brothers, you know, say, I got your back. Most brothers are ashamed because they feel like people say, oh, he gay, you know what I'm saying, and you talking to that dude. One thing about it is that I'm not nervous to be around a crackhead because I don't smoke crack. So I could be around a crackhead, don't bother me. Matter of fact, I could be around homosexuals that don't bother me because I know who I am. But when you know who you are, stuff like that wouldn't move you. But that shows your weakness or your insecurity. And so again, I'm not beating up on anybody. I just want people to be free and to be healed. That's why Jesus came, to heal the brokenhearted, to set those that are captive free. And it's not by our power, it's not by our might, but it's by his spirit. That's what Zechariah 4:6 tell me. When Zerubbabel was getting ready to go into battle, it wasn't about him, and it wasn't about me, and it's not about anybody but God and his power and his might. So I just wanted to come on tonight to encourage everybody. I'm saying that if you went through any of the things that you could think of that should have killed you, realize it was God that has made you mighty strong. It wasn't your mom, it wasn't your pastor, it was God. And you got to trust the plan of God in your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't trust your job, don't trust people, because people will fail you, but God. And so again, I walk around with my head held high, because I realize I'm not a product of my past. I'm a product of what he's spoken concerning me. And you have to feel the same way, that you're not a product of your past, but you're a product of what he has spoken about you. And if you could believe what he said, they said, she said, believe what God said. His word trumps it all. I'm not going to get into a place of depression, as that's what the devil tried to hit me with at first. Like, man, you putting all your business out there, man. People they go roast you, And I've been called everything. So really and truly, whatever people say about me don't bother me. They probably won't tell me to my face, because I told y'all I still have some stuff on the altar, and busting a person in the mouth for being disrespectful is one of those things that I still have the capacity to do. So don't try me. Don't try me, because I demand respect, because I respect everybody, so again, women, fathers, pay attention to your kids. I promise you, and I don't know why I'm doing this tonight, but I just feel led to do it. I'm going to do it. Pay attention to your kids, man. If your kids was nice and they was cool and making straight A's, and then all of a sudden their grades start declining and they start having problems, start asking questions, start asking God to give you insight, because it's a possibility that something may be going on with your child, and it's nothing like having your quote unquote innocent taken. That's difficult, because now you identify with your pain. You identify with what happened to you, because it's easier to identify with that, because that's what you've been taught, or that's what you understand. But once you start growing in God, you'll understand that he has a more excellent plan for you. And it's a process. Trust me, it's a process. I ain't always been here. The person that offended me, I wanted to hurt them. The person that offended me, I wish death on them. And the person that offended me, I wanted to sue and take to court. But I was able to forgive that person from my heart. And because I was able to free that person, now I'm free. And that's the thing, that if somebody has offended you, if they're still alive, confront it. At first they're going to lie. That demonic spirit that caused them to do whatever it was to you is going to lie. But you have to demand it to tell the truth. And once the spirit of God is on you, the person going to have no choice but to submit and tell the truth. And once they tell the truth that they did it, most of the time that's all we're looking for is an apology. And then once they say, I'm sorry, you can kind of like, okay, I can forgive you. And like I said, a lot of these men run around here with women now, and they ain't dumb, because you got to understand a familiar spirit. Understand familiar spirits. And a lot of these men are running around here getting married. They're having children on this brokenness, and they're not healing. Like I say, I know I'm not the only man that's so been touched by a woman, man, or what have you, at an age that we had no business being touched. But we go and get married on top of it, thinking that, okay, I'm better. That's the reason why I'm still single. I could be married, man. There's nothing. I mean, being married is the easy part, but staying married will be a problem, because there's days where the devil do try to hit me with depression, to quit. You're doing all this, and you got family members that won't even talk to you. You got family members that used to be on your inbox, or calling you, or invite you to the cookouts and the functions. They don't even fool with you no more. And once you realize it's a part of the process, you'll start saying, okay, God, it's cool. Do it hurt as a human? Absolutely. But I realize that people are going to fall away when it comes to the truth. You know, and it's cool. You know, I have not exposed the person that offended me, and I will not throw the person out there. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, like I said, me realizing I am mighty strong, I'm able to have my reputation look a certain way. When God get through doing what he's doing, he gets the glory. Me going out here messing up a person's reputation, what is that going to prove? What is that going to what is that going to do? And so I'm not going to do it. I mean, I could. It's some people that I've been with in my day. I could go out here and tell some stuff and really make them look bad. But what benefit would that be? You know. So again, if you're hurting, if you've been molested, and that's an avenue I've been down. If you're dealing with homosexuality, I've been there. If you're dealing with alcoholism, been there. If you're dealing with suicide, been there. You know, if you're dealing with disrespect, no control, been there, done that. If you need to talk, I'm that person. I'm not the one that's gonna get on Facebook and talk about you. I'm not gonna expose you to nobody, because that's not how it operates. Because I found some people in my family, believe it or not, that I can trust. There's some things that I went through that some family members just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, between my mom and my sister, man, my sister Frankie, man, I'm telling you, they know pretty much the ins and outs of me. You know, but it's sad that I can't even talk to my brothers about it, man. I'm gonna tell you, that hurt. You know, I got a brother right now that don't even talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I've been through. They never took out time, and I've actually reached out to this dude to try to talk to him, you know, and let him know what was going on with me. He still won't talk to me. So a lot of times that's why I don't even try to get close to guys at all, because I feel like it's a waste of time. So I just stay to myself, you know, and that's sad that I really don't have any guy friends that I can really talk to, or male mentors really that I can talk to and just be transparent. Because I don't want you. I'm gonna put that out there. The ones I wanted, I had. I don't want you. You know, I'm in a place now where I'm asking God to continue to prepare my heart for my good thing. So I can get some more added favor, you know, and so I'm not finna even try to play myself to the left, you know. We're mighty strong, man. You know, we're mighty strong, and I implore you that if you know somebody that's going through anything, open your heart. You know, a lot of us are opening our mouths before we open our heart. Open your heart, open your ears. So people need to talk to you. There's too many people that are committing suicide because they have nobody to listen. You know what I'm saying? They have nobody to talk to them. They have nobody to confide in. Nobody to pray with them. Everybody is so hungry for getting information and putting it out there. I'm sorry, you know, it was kind of a thing and I just went with it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and you know, I apologize, forgive me. I'll call you when I get done anyway, because I need to talk to you about something. So answer your phone. But the thing is, let's stop being so deep. Some of us, we're shouting on hurt. Some of us, we're speaking in tongues on hurt, and people are going through it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I had somebody inbox me today and told me not only had they been molested, but their husband had been molested. And just to hear that, you know, it was hard to hear. You know what I'm saying? I was honored that the person felt that they can tell me, you know, what happened, you know, and so you know, so I'm just grateful for that, you know what I'm saying? And I look at their marriage and say, well, God, if you could bring two people together that has been broken, and you made them whole again by bringing them together, then God, you can do the same thing for me. So stop looking at all these women and calling them thoughts and whores, because at the end of the day, that's not always the case. Sometimes these women have been raped by uncles, cousins, older people, and that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and so this thing, it can lead to so many things. I'm telling you the truth, man. It can lead to so many things. I mean, Y'all don't get it. But y'all so busy calling everybody a faggot, everybody a lesbian, and most of lesbians, if they told the truth, because I'm going there, most of them been touched by a man at a young age, so they feel like every man they can come in contact is going to hurt them, so they go to women. And that's just the truth. I mean, I live the lifestyle, so I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at her to my man, she thinks she a dude. Nah, she didn't think she was a dude, but she had to become like a dude. So dudes gonna find her attractive and try to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and me, a lot of times I stayed on the heavy side a lot because of the fact I didn't want to be attractive. I didn't want nobody to think I was attractive. I didn't want a man to find me attractive. And so I stayed the size I am. That's the reason why, honestly, and I'm going to work on that too, because that's another grip advice I'm letting the devil get over on me, and that ain't going to work because I have to be healthy, and I can't just sit around here and eat all the smoked hams and chitlins and all that craziness. I got to be healthy because the Bible says that he wish above all things that I prosper and be in good health, even as my soul prospers. So I can't go out here and my soul is prospering and my mind is prospering. I'm getting more wisdom of God, but then my flesh is failing because I'm not taking care of it. So yeah, I got to work on that. You know, it's crazy. That's why I say psychologically, people don't even understand what you go through when you go through certain things. I mean, I have a friend right now, their daughter going through some things, and it hurt my heart because I know the person has been touched and been done wrong, and the parents don't want to face it. So you got to stop being so heavily bound with earthly good where you can't even address the issue. We got to address the issues and stop putting it on the back burner, man, because if we don't address it, it's going to get worse. So it's best to address it when they're 12 than to wait till they're 24, because when they're 24, you can't tell them nothing. Trust me, Ruby came to me a lot saying, Mackenzie, God ain't pleased. Mom grown. Because when I was trying to tell you what was going on back when, you didn't hear me. I bet you hear me now. And that was my attitude, and that was the wrong approach. And I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm about to get off, but I just want to share my heart because I don't think I really have been this transparent before. And, in 2013, when I lost the job making the bank, the cheddar, the bread, whatever you want to call it, and I went through it sober, God told me, you're not gonna drink this one. You're not gonna drink through this one. You're not gonna get no Ciroc on this one. You're not gonna get no Jose Cuervo and no Paul Masson or Paul Mason, whatever you want to call it. He said, you're not gonna do it this time. You're gonna feel everything that you need to feel. And once I was able to feel it, the disappointment, the shame, I was able to feel it, and I realized that I was able to make it through it. I realized I didn't need that advice anymore. And that's why God tells us don't even touch the devil's devices, because when you do, you got to keep touching them to keep feeling good. When I lost my nephew last month, I didn't go to the bottle. When I lost my stepfather last year, I didn't go to the bottle. I stayed mighty strong. So, Shamala, thank you for being, and I'll say this, thank you for being always consistent. Even though we had our separation period, but you've always been consistent with love, and I appreciate that. And that's the thing I'm looking for in my life is consistency, and I try to be consistent with people. And if anybody don't like it, they can delete themselves. That's just the truth. I'm not gonna glorify being molested. I'm not gonna glorify being a homosexual. That's not what we do. We don't give the devil's work glory. Who does that? I'm here to really shame the devil. Like, if you are molesting people, let me put that out there too. If you are a grown tail man finding a 5-year-old sexy, or if you are a grown tail woman finding a 11-year-old boy sexy, something wrong with you. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. You need Jesus, because even as a person being molested, that's something I never, ever wanted to wish on anybody. I didn't want nobody to go through that pain. That's not a good feeling. And you got to go around here with your head held high, and some days you just want to just stay in the house and hide because you don't want people to know. But I realize now the truth will make you free. And this is why I'm able to live out loud, because I am free, because I have accepted the truth. That it happened for a reason. It happened for a reason, and I didn't understand it then. I understand it now. What we up against now is greater, and we got to have people that's going to be honest and stop shouting on like everything is good. Nah, tell the truth. You got to admit, hey, I'm jacked up in this area, whatever the area may be. If it may be lust, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's one thing I know. I had a lustful spirit, man. I mean, you know. And lust is never satisfied. Let me put that out there. When you do stuff that's according to your lust, it's never satisfied, because it's going to continue to want more and more. And that's why it's amazing that I got molested by a man, and as I got older, the thing that I should have ran away from, because that lust spirit had been transferred into me, then I began to lust after everything. And I don't care who I was with, I was never satisfied. And that's why you can see men jump from woman to woman, and man jump from woman to man, and all this stuff, and sometimes woman to woman, or whatever the case may be, because lust is never satisfied. And if you go back to the core of it, it's something that happened in their childhood that they're trying to escape. And like I said, it could be abandonment. It don't have to necessarily be molestation, but there's a lot of black people, and I say this about my people, that make me angry, is because we want to put Jesus on everything. Jesus will fix it. Yeah, he will. But you got to give it to Jesus to fix first. Stop sitting up here talking about, Lord, I need you. Tell God what it is you need that's broken, that needs to be fixed. You want to sit up here and leave your car sitting in your driveway knowing that it need a new axle. They can't fix it unless you take it to the shop, or unless you tell a mechanic to come and fix it. So these are the things we got to start being honest with, and stop sitting up here, you know, just acting like everything is wonderful. Nah, you know, until I was able to be broken and say, God, this is where I am, I wasn't able to heal. I tried to do everything I possibly could to heal, and I never was able to heal. Like I said, man, it's too many. The kids now growing up in school, and they're telling them that you can have 2 moms and 2 dads, and some people may subscribe to that. I wasn't raised that way. I don't subscribe to it. I think a child need a mother and a father. They need both of them, because the mother, she nurtures, the dad gives identity. The dad tells the son that you're supposed to be a man. You take care of your wife. You take care of your kids. And the mother, she teaches nurture. She teaches that man not to be so aggressive, that, you know what, you got to have a little mercy on little Ray Ray, because Ray Ray gonna make mistakes just like you did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I don't want your child to grow up with going through something because they're afraid to come and talk to you, because we all got that thing in people too. You know, I can't even talk to my mom, because every time I say something to my mom, she at church on Sunday, she's speaking in tongues, but if I say something to her at the crib, she cussing me out. And my dad, I mean, I don't even know who he is, because my mom, because she didn't ever address her pain, she went around and she slept with so many people, I don't even know who my dad is. And this is a lot amongst my people, I'm being honest. And we don't want to address it. We don't want to address it. And that's why you see a lot of other people, they're coming out, and a lot of people doing it now for money. I mean, I can care less about money. If I'm helping one person, man, it's worth it all. If I got to walk around here in what people call shame, cool beans. Cool beans. You know, and it's a process. It's a process, and it takes strength from God to be able to even do this, you know, to be live. And y'all know me, ain't no 2-time talker, because when I'm saying on live, I can say it in your face. Whatever is going on, you know me. Don't let it fool you. But seriously, if there's somebody going through something, they need to talk, you know what I'm saying, I'm here for you, you know. And people that have talked to me know I won't put you out there. People that know me from my past, they know I'm not gonna put them out there. I don't subscribe to stuff like that, because I know that do more damage. I just believe that some stuff supposed to be secret love. Now, some stuff will get rebuked. Now, don't get me wrong. If you keep doing stuff, I will call you out. But you're mighty strong, and I just want to let you know that you're mighty strong. Each day you wake up, you're mighty strong, and the devil was hoping that when you smoke that weed, that it was laced with something, that you will lose your mind. You know, because again, I'm supposed to be on crack right now, escaping the pain, especially the shame of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was supposed to be that one, but because in Christ, and because I had a family and a mother that was relentless in prayer. She never stopped praying for me. She never affirmed what she saw. And I just wish a lot of times that my dad was alive, man, because I think I'd be so much better off. But God had it the way he had it, and so now I can trust him instead of trusting dad. I can trust my father. So I'm getting ready to get out of here, get ready to get me something to eat. And I'm eating healthy, you know, bake some chicken and eating some brown rice, or is that what it's called? I don't know. But, you know, if there's anybody out here, share this video, you know what I'm saying, because there's a lot of people that need to be encouraged to realize they are strong. It's not their own strength, because when you try to fight in your own strength, you're going to get weak. You're going to get weak. You're going to fall again. But when you walk in his strength, even when you want to fall, you can't, because it says, now unto him, according to Jude 24, that is able to keep you from falling. So when you walk in his strength, you won't fall. Like I said, I dare not get on here and bless anybody. That's not what I do. But if you need to talk, my inbox is open. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you, praying for you, because you are mighty strong. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Love you, love you. And thank you guys again for all the love that you shown me. JB, thank you for considering me. Felicia Banks, thank you for reaching out to me to ask me to be a part, because God knows the devil didn't want me to be a part of it, you know, because I was about to make excuses about, man, I can't do it. But then I heard the Holy Spirit say, nah, it's not even about you. And, you know, you got to let somebody else know that they too can make it too, that you are a living testimony, you know. So if people don't think it's possible, at almost 40 years old, I'm telling you it's possible. And you're a winner. The winner is inside of you. Losing is not an option. Giving in is not an option. Whatever the pain is, don't run away from it. Be like David and run towards that Goliath and tell him, you coming down today. You coming down, and I'm not gonna let you continue to rule my life. Shamala, fried hot dog, really? Really? Well, you should just go ahead and fry a thick piece of bologna and slit it and put that mayonnaise on it and some tomatoes, and yeah, that's me being country. But I love you guys, man. I'm out of here. I need a haircut, you know what I'm saying, looking all rough. So again, if there's some people that want to, you know, talk, like I said, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you. I'm praying with you. And I love you. And brothers, if you want to delete yourself on my page because I'm honest, ain't no love lost. Because I think that if I just came out and said a lot of other stuff, because sin is celebrated now, and truth is, people abhor truth. They don't want to hear the truth. But I'm that nigga that's going to live in the truth. And I promise to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. That's that. Shamala, I'm going to call you in a minute. As soon as I get through eating, I'm going to call you. Talk to you later, guys. Love you, love you, love you. I mean it. I love you. Even if you don't like me, I still love you. Talk to you later. Peace.